Let's learn how email works. To whom do you send messages? And from whom do you receive messages? Maybe dad, mom, maybe your brother or sister, or a friend, or maybe even your grandparents. What kind of messages do you send to others? Maybe it's about homework, or maybe a birthday, maybe it's time to go get something to eat, or maybe just to go play with friends. You can send a message to a friend, and you can receive a message from a friend. Don't say email, it hurts feelings. Only send and receive email from people you know. Last weekend, we send email from people we know. We never use email to be unkind or mean to anyone. And we only open or receive emails from people we know.
Alright, from the video that we just watched just now, what is the video about? About email, correct. So, there we will learn email about informal email. So, our learning objective today, we will understand about the structure of an email, informal email, and write new informal email with your group session. So, we will learn how to write the structure of an informal email. Okay? And then, for your group activity, you will discuss among each other to write the new email, the informal email. Okay? So, the meaning of informal email uses casual language, contraction, phrasal verbs, and a friendly tone to communicate with close friends, family, or colleagues you know well. So, this means if an informal email, we always use to write among with the person that we know the most, like your best friend, your family, and so on. With a casual language. So now, to do an informal email first, we need to follow this proper email structure. Firstly, we must have greeting first, and then proceed to purpose. Secondly, and thirdly, choice, and then following by the reason. So don't forget, if we put the reason, we must have the point, description, and example. I want all of you to remember the body structure of this informal email. There's a 5 steps. Now, for your better understanding, this is an email that example that we received from Akim. This question also he writes in the form of informal email. Hi. Next week is my youngest brother Abim's birthday, and I want to give him a birthday present. Should I make a card, bake a cake, or buy a graphic novel, or maybe something else? What should I do? Let me know what you think. Okay. So this one is an example how we respond to Akim's informal email. Firstly, we must state the sender, who we want to send the email one to Akim, and then we must state that the subject, Abim's birthday. Hello Akim, hi, how are you? I hope you are doing well. So these sentences in chocolate color is greetings. You see, this one is greetings. The reason I'm writing this email is to offer some advice. The first sentences is stated the purpose. Tujuan. I think you should consider baking a cake. That one is choice. You should buy your own ingredients. That is the reason point. You can ensure a delicious result from home. That is the description of the reason point. For example, you could bake a boy cake for Abim's birthday, which I'm sure he loves. And that one is obviously an example. That's all for now. Let me know what you think. See you soon. Goodbye. That is conclusion or closure. So, this response and informal email followed the body structure that I just explained just now. Greetings, greetings. Okay, firstly, greeting. Purpose. Okay. Purpose. This one, purpose. You should buy your own ingredient. That is reason. Sorry. I think you should consider baking a cake. That is choice. Because you choose, that example, choose bake a cake. So there's three options. One is example, pointed, bake a cake. So that is the choices that we make. Okay, again. You should buy your own ingredients. That is the reason point. And then description. You ensure a delicious result from home. Description. Then example. For example, you could bake a boy cake for Abim's birthday, which I'm sure he loves. Okay. So don't forget, the last important thing, you have to write your conclusion or closure. So the last step of an informal email from Mika. So with this example, I want all of you to do a practice quiz individually, and then your answer will depend from this text. Alright? So all of you already got? I give you around like 15 minutes to answer this quiz, alright? anyone of you have a question, don't be shy. Just write some comments and I will assist you. And also don't forget to write your name above the above one, above the piece.